Dzień dobry, privet, assalamu alaikum, ciao, bonjour, hola, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Ken at 10 at the Coalface today, out in the big office, in the open plan office, while we sort out a few technical issues with the studio. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a nice weekend. We certainly did. Went to see Top Gun Maverick at the IMAX in London, and one thing I can recommend, if you go to the IMAX in London, don't go in the front row like we did, because you'll come out with neck ache and actually not see much of the movie. You're a little bit too close. Recommend going there, but don't do what we did and go to the front room. As far as the movie is concerned, good movie, not quite as good as the original. First movie my wife and I ever went to see, so it's nice to go back. It felt quite nostalgic. And then walking along the South Bank, that's a lovely part of the world, isn't it? Walked all the way up to the London Bridge and back again. Just a nice place. I think I preferred the walk to the film. How are you? I hope you're well. That's not what we're here to discuss, though, is it? We're here to talk all about the UK property market and what's going on. What's going on here? We're still quite busy. As far as we're concerned, it's everything kind of business as usual, really. A lack of stock seems to be driving the interest in available properties, and we just don't have enough properties to sell right now. But interestingly, an article in the Times, the Financial Times, the Guardian, Star, and the Sun this week says UK housing market starts to slow as more sellers cut prices. But I think these cut prices are often from overzealous agents' valuations in the first place. So in other words, we're not finding that we're having to cut prices to sell, really. Everything seems to be moving at the valuation prices that we're providing, but then we are quite straightforward. We do try and be as honest as we can with valuation. The problem for most agents is they're all looking to gain stock. One of the easiest ways in the world to gain stock is if you turn around and say to people, look, the valuation is much higher. In other words, if you think the valuation should be 500, you say 550 instead. And guess what? That's another 50k. That's irresistible. Lots of people would actually think, hey, they're going to get me another 50k. Well, in fact, any good agent will get you as much as they can, but it's sometimes a mistake to go over on valuation and then have to come down because people will see that on the web. And these days, if you're on the market for a couple of weeks, no action, it gets sold very quickly. So you want to pitch it at the right level, the sweet spot, so you get a maximum number of offers. And that's why we use an offers over strategy and why we end up obtaining the best price for our clients statistically. So be careful of that one. And if you're thinking of selling, it's still a good time. Don't listen to the headlines. They're not what it appears to be. Another headline says that house price growth is expected to slow again. Well, it's about time, isn't it? Nobody will. I don't particularly want house prices to grow massively, because at some point, if you keep rising those prices, then they have to come down with a hard landing. And if they soften, then that has to be a good thing, I think, for us all in general. Landlords are paying £1,600 more for mortgages, according to the Telegraph. Is over the average year now, with the buy-to-let rates going from 3.22 to 3.41%. So that's a significant increase for landlords. And yes, those rents are going through the roof, aren't they? It's crazy. 44% of landlords apparently have supported tenants financially through the pandemic. And Purple Bricks issued a profit warning. No surprise there. I'll leave that one where it is. Apart from that, we've got space for valuations this week. So it's one of the first weeks for a long time when there are spaces in the diary. So if you're thinking of getting a valuation, you just want to know what your home's worth right now, we're all about striking the long-term relationship. So if you are thinking, well, I want to sell, but maybe not now, maybe later in the year, early next year, contact us anyway. We're happy to come around and have a chat. Love to meet people, love to talk about property. It's what we do. So as far as the weather's concerned, here in Norbury, it's kind of overcast and grey at the moment, and we're looking forward to the celebrations. And did you see the Golden Jubilee? I always think, for some reason, I remember the silver one, but can't remember the golden one. And here we are now, celebrating the platinum one. So it seems strange to me. I think it must be an age thing. I think the Silver Jubilee was just at a time when I was young enough to enjoy those street parties. So I hope you have a great day today. Thanks very much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with another Ken at 10. Until then, look after yourselves, if you can, with family and friends. Ciao.